So, Mrs. Uponi,
Yes, please.
what do you think is the cause of increase in divorce?
You see, marriage is commitment. Commitment that when you are going, people don't even remember their vows anymore. So many things. You know, they always say that marriage is not a bed of roses. I always say that marriage is a bed of roses surrounded by thorns. And everything that can
Mm.
be a blessing to your marriage can also be a thorn to your marriage. Okay? So, children are a blessing. But if you don't raise them properly, they begin to bring friction between both of you as husband and wife. All right? And if you don't, if you, your job, your career that is supposed to bring, fruitfulness into the home can take you out of anywhere and it becomes a thorn
Mhm.
in your flesh.
Mhm.
So all
Mhm.
these things, if you do not know how to handle all the blessings, all the purportedly things that God has gifted you with, that will be a blessing to your marriage, if you do not know how to apply them correctly, you will end up having a divorce, as it were. And then there are no role models out there. People see more bad marriages than good marriages. Like when our counselors come to the class, I always tell them that, look, if your mindset and the kind of marriages you have seen in the past, if you have seen a lot of the bad marriages, now you are now in our class, please look at our own marriages and begin to use them as, just like Mommy Mobolun said, and begin to use them as a yardstick. So when and they are not properly mentored, and that's why we always say that it is important that you go through counseling, good proper counseling, before you enter into marriage, so that we can educate you on what to expect. We have like 14 modules of every topic: role of man, role of woman, understanding marriage, courtship, even pregnancy, family planning, communication in marriage, finance, as it were, handling social media. Then all kinds of, we have 14 topics that we take. So if you do not know what marriage is all about, that it is not something that you want to jump in and then fly out, it's not easy. And I keep telling people that, look, if you have conflicts, if you enter your marriage and you have conflicts, and you feel that going leaving the marriage, leaving that marriage will solve your problem, it's not going to solve your problem. It's going to compound your problem, especially when there are children in the marriage, because that conflict will get worse. Maybe two of you are together before, and you are weathering this, you are weathering the storm. I mean, what do they call it? And once you go as enemies and you step out, the quarrel continues. That's why you see people, when they want to get married from broken homes, the father will say, no, this is what I want. Well, we face all these things. Your daughter wants to get married because you have now married somebody else, or the mother is somewhere else. We have to now start a kind of divine intervention for them to come together to be able to say, okay, make this girl's joy or make this boy's joy full for that day. So it gets worse. So divorce, we always say our own motto is, divorce is not an option. If you don't know what commitment is, you cannot stay in marriage. And if you don't grow yourself and deal with yourself first, your own background, you cannot stay in marriage. And those are the issues that can cause divorce. And then too much is choking the marriage, the economy, all that. If you don't know how to handle it, those things will choke you, and then result in divorce.
Thank you, AP
And
Okoli.
most times is
Mommy
when the
Moboluri,
communication line breaks down.
Yes.
That's when you have a divorce.
when the communication line is
Breaks
severe.
when yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
thank
first
you.
of all, many of them don't understand marriage, what it is. They like the glamour of getting married. They're more concerned about, especially the ladies, what they're going to wear, whether the party they're going to have after.
The
During that
wedding.
ceremonies, a lot of Mrs. Uponi will testify, will confirm this. Many times the pastor will draw their attention to the words that is being said. The couple will be busy chatting. The invitation says solemnization of marriage. solemnization, which means it is a ritual. It is a dignified ritual. It is a solemn moment, which means it's a time that they should, a time of reflection, that they should listen to the vows they were exchanging, and also to the words that was coming from the minister. But a lot of times they get carried away by the ceremony itself. So they really don't understand what they're getting into. And that is one big problem, because if you understand and that's what the premarriage counseling class is very important. Like she said, there are 14 modules, and we've had cases where people didn't go through with the plans, right? Mr. Pony,
Yes.
people didn't continue because by the time they went through some of those classes, they realized that the marriage was going to fail. So they decide, no, it's better, because you also tell them, be sure, by the time you go through this, be sure that this is something you want to do, because there's no exits. There's only a handle to go in, or a handle on the door to go in. There's no handle on the other side. So we keep stressing it. And because we keep stressing it in the department, a lot of people realize that it's a serious business. So that's one reason. And another reason that they don't realize also that there are different stages of marriage. When you are head over heels in love, you get married, the honeymoon stage, everything is rosy, you are holding each other's hands. Then after a while, you just notice that this man, I don't want to go through the stages here. So you just just touch it. You just see that this person, when he comes back from work, he throws his jacket on the sofa. Whereas you come from a house where everything was in place. When you come in, you go and hang your clothes. Or the person just comes, throws his shirt somewhere, throws his underwear somewhere in this, and then the irritation starts. They don't realize that they need to blend with each other, understand each other's character, understand each other's weaknesses, and blend it. And gradually they start growing. Then, like she said, the challenges come in. So there are different stages, but once they just see the little bit of shaking, they say, I made a mistake. I'm out.